begin tonight with just one day until Election Day in Georgia. Early voter turnout in the key Senate runoff between Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and his GOP challenger Herschel Walker has shattered records. More than 1.7 million Georgians have already voted early, and both candidates are hitting the campaign trail today to drum up any last-minute support. For more on this, let's bring in Fin Gomez and Aaron Navarro, who join us now. Fin is CBS News political director here with me on set, and Aaron is in Atlanta, Georgia. He's CBS News politics reporter. Aaron, I want to start with you since you are on the ground there. Can you kind of give us a sense of what things feel like in this last campaign of 2022? Does it feel like either candidate has an advantage here?
So both campaigns have definitely been ramping up the amount of events that they've been doing. In terms of what campaign maybe has the advantage, it's tough to say. Most voters we talk to say this race is going to be close. Every time we ask Senator Warnock that question, he says it's going to be close. He's expecting it to be close. But both campaigns have also brought in a lot of surrogates in these closing days. Senator Warnock brought in President Obama on Thursday. Maxwell Frost appeared with him earlier today. And Senator Jon Ossoff, his fellow Georgia senator, has been with him since Saturday. My colleague Nicole Killian actually talked to him this morning about this race and the implications. Take a listen.
Why does Georgia still matter?
Well, look, Georgia is everything to me. Georgia is the most important obligation that I have serving this state. And putting aside even the national balance of power and national politics, it matters deeply to me and to every Georgian who represents us for the next 6 years in the U.S. Senate. And the contrast between Senator Warnock and his opponent in character, in competence, in integrity is as vast as I've ever seen.
On the Republican side, Herschel Walker has brought in 3 Republican senators since this weekend, Tim Scott, Rick Scott, and John Kennedy of Louisiana, and they both all made the plea that they need Herschel Walker in the Senate to hold the line against the Biden administration.
And Fin, you heard Senator Ossoff there talk about how Georgia is important to him, but kind of take a step back and look at the importance nationally. Why does this race matter if control of the Senate isn't on the line anymore?
Well, for a couple of reasons. One is that it helps Democrats if they win with navigating legislation through the Senate. It helps with committee assignments, essentially because it gives them a majority in committee, so it's easier to subpoena to get legislation out, and of course. It also, if you look at 2024, the Senate balance, if you look at the calendar, the seats that are up, there are 33 seats that are up, 23 of them are Democratic seats. So that's a lot of territory for Democrats to defend. So if you have a 51-49 advantage, it gives them a little bit of an advantage in 2024.
Yeah, that's such an important point, too, about the battleground, too, that Georgia has become.
Right.
And so if they can kind of put this away now, focus on those other races. Aaron, back to you on the ground there. When you're hearing from the campaigns, are they talking about some of these dynamics that Fin just laid out? How are they talking about what the stakes are in this election?
Well, Herschel Walker has definitely brought it up on the stage, talking about how he's crucial for Republicans to hold the line against the Biden administration and some of the policies that they want to do. He often points to Senator Warnock supporting COVID relief bills and the Inflation Reduction Act, saying that he cost taxpayers $4 trillion. But Senator Warnock seems to talk about it a lot in gaggles and when he's talking to the press, talking about the importance of having him in there. And just talking to voters, some Democratic voters I've talked to realize that him being the 51st vote creates more breathing room for Democrats in the Senate to pass some of the bills that they want. And Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal was actually in the state canvassing for Warnock over the weekend, and she made the argument that Warnock win brings them 1 vote closer to the 52nd vote mark that they need to abolish the filibuster, which can obviously open up a lot of agenda items for the Democratic Party.
Yeah, and kind of moving away from some of those stubborn Democrats gives them a little more padding. Fin, what would the outcome of this election mean for Donald Trump, because he's someone who backed Walker, got him to run in the first place. And I know you've been reporting and talking a lot about kind of candidate quality and how Republicans are trying to figure out everything after the midterms. If he loses, what does that mean for Trump?
I think it's another blow for the former president and the candidate quality issue. As you mentioned, this goes back to Trump jumping in early on with Walker, pushing him, elevating his candidacy. If he loses, if Walker loses this crucial runoff, I think it continues the narrative of finger pointing to this, this Republican underperformance. And even though he continues to be the front runner for the 2024 nomination, it's still early. It definitely weakens his stature and increases that sense of that internal criticism that's coming from within the party towards the former president.
Yeah, kind of offers another data point. Speaking of 2024, Democrats, let's switch over to Democrats.
Yeah.
They're going to have a totally different nominating process. Tell us a little bit about what the DNC discovered, and is everybody on board?
Well, yeah. So on Friday, as you know, the panel that decides, that recommends the presidential primary, got essentially a push from President Biden to set a new primary calendar. It starts off with South Carolina, continues to New Hampshire and Nevada the next week, followed by, of course, by Georgia and Michigan. Now, the thing that makes that interesting, of course, is that Iowa has been '1 since 1920 and has caused a lot of criticism. I mean, it has caused some compliments, of course, but also some criticism from some of these states have been passed over and pushed back, including from proponents of New Hampshire, in Iowa, of course, and there was a Fad Shakir, who was the campaign manager for Bernie Sanders, put out an op-ed in the New York Times today, saying that it was almost a perfect proposal by the president, but the fact that South Carolina is first and not competitive in a general election is a problem. And because he's a DNC delegate, when the DNC meets in full in January to vote on this, he will not be supporting that. It'll be interesting to see if that is increased, if more DNC delegates will not support the president's plan.
Yeah, everybody has something to say in this matter, and of course it could, not matter if Biden runs again, but it still is very interesting to see how Democrats are trying to figure out their path to the nomination. I know we're not quite done with 2022, but never too early to talk about 2024. I thank you both for doing that with me. Fin Gomez, our political director, and Aaron Navarro, our political reporter on the ground in Georgia. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much.